Now, from Wish TV, this is The Zone Extra, presented by Old National Bank. Coming up tonight, it's a great week of postseason action across central Indiana. In the Coach's Corner, we look back and celebrate a thrilling boys soccer state championship for Guerin Catholic. Plus, our athlete of the week is a senior quarterback who just led his Roncalli football team to a sectional title.
Being able to just play this game with them another week at least, and hopefully 3 more, I mean, it's so much fun, and that's like the biggest thing. You don't want it to end.
We're all celebrating a new Zone Extra right now.
Good evening and welcome to the Zone Extra. I'm Andrew Chernoff. What a week of high school sports. We not only had postseason football and volleyball, but we also had the start of the girls basketball season. In the Coach's Corner tonight, Guerin Catholic boys soccer. The Golden Eagles are the 2A champs after winning the longest penalty shootout in state finals history. Guerin Catholic head coach Jim Alvarez and a pair of his seniors are here to talk about the historic win. Plus, our athlete of the week is a Valpo baseball commit and the senior quarterback who just led Roncalli to a sectional title. We'll introduce you to Collin Ash. Plus, you will not want to miss the latest installment of Ask the Commissioner with Paul Neidig of the IHSAA. Now let's take a look at this week in high school sports. Last Friday was sectional championship night across the state in football. At Fishers, it was a mud sock rematch for the sectional title, with the Tigers coming out on top with an 8-point win over HSC. At Brownsburg, the defending 6A state champs bring home another sectional title as the Bulldogs put up 53 points in a win over rival Avon. Center Grove wins its 15th sectional crown in a row as the Trojans go on the road and pick up a 3-point win over Franklin Central. And in 5A, it was number 1 versus number 2 for the sectional crown as New Pal hosted Cathedral. This was a good one all night, with the Dragons moving on with a 20-15 win.
This is huge. I mean, it's kind of the sectional of death when you look at the state. Like, number 1, number 2, and I think Plainfield was top 5 for most of the year. 3 of the 10 best teams in the state are in the same section, and we had to go through 2 of them. So, I'm proud of our guys, but the thing about the tournament, you're only halfway there if you're trying to win the whole thing. So we got to refocus.
I mean, it feels great. We knew what the goal was coming into the night, but coming in here and doing our jobs and finally getting the sectional championship was good.
Meanwhile, at Carmel, it was the number 3 Greyhounds hosting number 6 Westfield for a 6A sectional crown. Under a minute to go, Carmel down 7. Anthony Colner to Jacob Bellin for the touchdown. That ties it up. We go to overtime. In OT, Greyhounds up 3. Westfield going for it on 4th down, looking for the win. Aiden Grabowski, the jump pass to Baylor Connor. Walk-off winner. Westfield is the sectional champs with a 23-20 overtime win over Carmel.
Congratulating Carmel on a great year. I mean, obviously, Coach Wright has put them back on the map, and they're a great team. I'm just so proud of our guys. I mean, we talk about, the results. It's great, but it precedes it with just the out-love and outwork culture. And you know what? Those guys, I mean, our captains, I just felt like they had our back with the call.
That's the thing about our team. We don't ever give up. So, I mean, we bounce back through adversity and we end the game. That's how we do it.
Still crazy to think about that game. Let's turn our attention to the volleyball court now, where the girls' season came to a close last weekend with state finals at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Trinity Lutheran is your 1A champ, while Bar Reeve takes home the Class 2A championship. In Class 3A, it was Roncalli looking to defend its state title. The Royals facing Bishop Dwenger out of Fort Wayne. Royals coming from behind in the first set. Lydia Staley with the tip right there in the corner. Great play from the Mizzou commit. Roncalli wins the first set 25-22. Royals fall behind in the second set and have to rally as well. Staley again, this time showing off the power. She had 19 kills in the match. Roncalli takes the second set. Match point then in the third. It's Lily Jones off the blocker right here. Roncalli wins state for the second year in a row.
We had a lot of adversity this season, and we all came together and we pushed through. We made a lot of changes. Everybody had their role and everybody played together and did their job.
It just means so much. This community is amazing. You can tell Gainbridge is filled in red, white, and blue, and we couldn't be more thankful for everyone who has supported us.
In Class 4A, it was defending state champ Carroll facing Plainfield, which was making the program's state finals debut. Plainfield fighting the whole night. Audrey Utterback paced the Quakers with 14 kills. Set point then in the first for the Chargers. It's Sarah Stegall with the kill. Carroll takes the first set 25-17. Match point now in the third. Carroll senior Bailey Sinesh hammers home the kill right here, in Carroll repeats as 4A champ. The Chargers have now won, get this, 50 matches in a row. And with the fall sports season winding down, we're also turning our attention to the winter sports calendar. In fact, last week was the tip-off of the girls basketball season. Last Saturday, it was number 7 Center Grove playing host to Fishers. End of the first, Tigers with it here, getting the ball inside to Natalie Thomas, who finishes. Fishers trails by 3 after a quarter. Center Grove then up 3 in the third right here. Steals the inbound. Lilia Tapak finds Grayson Gilliard, who lays it in. She had a game-high 20 points. Fourth quarter we go. Trojans with possession, swinging the ball to Ella Sprong, who hits the 3 in the corner. Center Grove wins it. 47-38 was the final. Time for a break, but we have much more ahead on the Zone Extra. Up next, we celebrate a Class 2A boys soccer state championship. Guerin Catholic head coach Jim Alvarez and his pair of seniors ready to go to break it all down. And still ahead, he's the senior QB who just led his program to a sectional crown. We'll introduce you to our athlete of the week from Roncalli.
This is the Zone Extra, presented by Old National Bank. This is the Zone Extra Coach's Corner.
Welcome back to the Zone Extra. It was a match for the record books as Guerin Catholic won the longest penalty shootout in state finals history to claim the 2A boys soccer crown. Welcome to the Zone Extra head coach Jim Alvarez, along with a pair of his seniors, Will Shue and Adam Jurowitz. Guys, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Jim, let's start with you. Obviously, first title since 2014. You're first as head coach of this program. When did you know that this group was special?
You know, that's a great question. Honestly, when we had some scrimmages during the summertime, and you could see that the talent was there. And then, you know, compared to the year before, we lost 16 seniors. So we had 4 returning varsity players, 2 that played meaningful minutes the year before. But you could see the talent was there. And then it really kind of became, how do we get them to work together as a team? And as the summer went along and as the season started, it was, you could tell we could do something special. It really, you know, it was really the boys coming together to do it.
Will, this was your first year in this program, and obviously immediate champion, which is cool. What was this like just to be a part of year one getting this crown?
Well, I mean, it's always the goal, right? The goal is to win the state championship, and I mean, like Coach said, coming together, that's a big thing. And when we came together and we peaked midway through the season, we won those 11 straight games. I mean, it was great, right? Couldn't have asked for a better outcome. But coming from club MLS Next, it's hard to adjust, but it's worth the adjustment. And I thought that I really got the most out of my senior year because I played high school.
Adam, you've been a part of this program for a while. Have you ever played in a match that goes to, 13 rounds of PKs for a state title?
Definitely not, no. It was quite an exciting match. Definitely one I'll remember forever. Watching there, seeing every PK taken, your heart is just like stops. It's very, very memorable.
When did you realize, Adam, we're looking at highlights from your guys' state title win over Chittard, but when did you realize that this match was going to be a tough one or an instant classic?
After some repeated attempts we didn't find the goal, and it's happened in matches previously, so it kind of like affects other people, like Zermino or Shue. They have difficulty scoring, and it kind of affects others. And just seeing a lot of people starting to get gas after 90 minutes and double overtime, it's difficult to score.
Without question. We're looking at some of the PKs right here in that shootout. Will, you guys may not be kicking necessarily at these moments, but how stressful is it when you're just watching your teammates out there?
I mean, you're hoping you make a save or you don't miss, right? I mean,
simple.
Your heart races. I mean, you feel for the guy that's taking it because you know you're going to be in that position here pretty soon. So, I mean, it's pressure for sure, but there's no better feeling when you hit the back of the net.
And Jim, you saw it right there, but the celebration, when you saw your guys running to celebrate, for you just to watch that, what was that moment like?
You know, it's funny you say that. It was almost like a relief. You know, after, you go to the 13th PK and you're just kind of waiting for something to happen. But every emotion you can think of, once that actually happens and it hits, it was really special. And, I mean, the boys, fought hard, 94 minutes, and then to go through the PKs, I was, so happy for them. It was awesome.
Will, the reaction from the crowd, I mean, in the school, has it just been nuts since you guys captured the state title?
Yeah, I mean, teachers and students alike, it's great to come back to school after a state championship. Everybody was there, everybody saw it, see the highlights, social media, and I mean, everybody knows you, right? Everybody's gonna congratulate you on your big win, and it's history. That state trophy will stand in school until forever. So, without question. And Adam, I know you didn't just win a state championship, you also won the Mental Attitude Award. How special was that?
Not being able to play the game because of my injury, it was pretty special to me. I really wanted to go in, but I just know I wouldn't be able to perform because of my hip. So earning that award and seeing my parents' faces and everybody on the team, I remember I turned to one of my friends, AJ McMurtry. He was right next to me. He was so happy for me. It was a really special moment.
Coach, I got to ask you too now, this team 5-10, you mentioned all the new guys that came in here this year. What does this state title do for the program going forward?
I think it sets the expectation. The bar has been set. You mentioned earlier we've not won a state title since 2014, and that was a back-to-back. We've been close a couple of years prior to me taking over the head coach. We went to semi-state a couple of years, and we just couldn't quite get over the hump. But now that we're there, I think the expectation is, you know what it takes to get there, and you try to apply some of that for the upcoming years. And obviously, 8th graders that are coming in as freshmen next year into the program, they're excited. And yeah, it's certainly it's been awesome for the program, great for the school, and as a coach, you're already thinking about next year, right? So I'm excited.
Typical coach, right there, always looking ahead to next year. The Guerin Catholic Golden Eagles boys soccer team. Coach, guys, congratulations, and congrats on winning one of those matches that I think we're going to be talking about, like you said, with the trophy forever. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats, guys. Still ahead on the Zone Extra, it's time for our Athlete of the Week. He's the quarterback who just led Roncalli to a football sectional title. Coming up, meet Royal senior Collin Ash. Plus, we get you ready for the regional round of the football state tournament with our game plan for the Zone.
This is the Zone Extra, presented by Old National Bank.
Welcome back to the Zone Extra. For the first time in 3 years, Roncalli is a sectional champion in football after upsetting rival Bishop Chatard last Friday night. The 9-3 Royals will face Yorktown in the regional round tomorrow night. Now, a key reason for Roncalli's success this season has been the play and leadership of senior quarterback Collin Ash. On the year, Ash has thrown for over 1,500 yards along with 14 touchdowns. And on the ground, he's added over 800 yards along with 19 rushing tutties. Here's the crazy thing. Football is not even his primary sport, as Ash is committed to play baseball at Valpo. As Roncalli football looks to extend its postseason run, Ash says the bonds with his teammates are what he cherishes the most.
I love these guys, man. I mean, a lot of them are just like my best friends that I hang out outside of football in school, and just being able to just play this game with them another week at least, and hopefully 3 more. I mean, it's so much fun, and that's like the biggest thing. You don't want it to end.
He's a dynamic athlete, but more importantly, he's a great leader. As a guy who came in as a sophomore and just from day one just has that personality that he's going to lead through example. He's a vocal leader. The guys respect him.
I take great pride. I feel like I'm a social person, and I just love to be out in front of these guys, and I think that my goal this year to win a state title and to do it with like the Roncalli way, I think that I'm glad that I'm in the position that I can kind of spread that message to these other guys.
He's a very fast and talented runner, so he can be dynamic. His passing, again, just being more familiar with the system, has gained more confidence. He's putting the ball where it needs to be. And again, it's just, he's such a dynamic athlete. Each element of his game has really gotten better throughout the years. And when he's playing with confidence with the guys around him.
I mean, it's what you dream of. It's a school of champions. We have 10 already, and I think that it's been too long since Roncalli's been back there. And I think this year we have the guys for it. And, as I said, it's what you dream of, and it's what this team is looking for. And I don't think we're not going to let anything stop us. We're going to keep working hard and try to get all the way there.
Congrats to Collin. Do not forget, Wish TV's got a great sports app. Get out your phones right now, scan the QR code on the screen, and download the completely free All Indiana Sports app. You can find more on the story, plus all things Central Indiana High School sports and much more. Get the All Indiana Sports app today. Time for a break, but still more to come on the Zone Extra, including the latest installment of Ask the Commissioner with Paul Neidig of the IHSAA.
This is the Zone Extra, presented by Old National Bank.
One of our favorite parts of covering high school sports is the fans, and each fall we award the prestigious Zone banner to the school with the best spirit. And we are down to the final 4 schools. Here they are, the top 4: Brownsburg, Fishers, Roncalli, and Westfield, all battling it out to win this year's The Zone banner. Here are some of the great things that we've seen so far this week.
The top 4 finalists right there, everybody. Yeah! The top 4 finalists right there, everybody.
It's currently 34 degrees outside. Fisher's got a new challenge. We're calling this one the Banner Bucket Challenge. We're gonna nominate 2 people. Tag Tiger Cage, tag AC. Post on your story. Make sure you say, Fishers wants the banner.
That just feels cold even in here. Okay, so this is what the students are competing for. The Zone Championship banner presented by Crew Car Wash, Bailey & Wood, and Yatvac. We're giving that huge banner to the school that's in the zone and has the best school spirit. So who's going to be the champs this year and claim this Spirit Award to hang up at your school at the end of the year? We'll reveal the final 2 tomorrow night on The Zone at 11:08. Now it's time for Ask the Commissioner. Each week we take one of your questions to IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and bring you his answer. Here's this week's question. What were your takeaways from the first season of girls flag football as an IHSAA emerging sport?
Well, I think the first one is girls absolutely love football, and they love playing football. With the girls flag, we've seen incredible growth in this past year. Just right now, we have 102 schools that are scheduled to participate in girls flag football next year. And so we're really excited. And it truly is one of the fastest growing sports in the country. And it was an exciting game. I saw the girls play in their state championship weekend, the Coaches Association state championship. And I saw some receivers that could play on Friday night. And I saw some quarterbacks that could sling it with the best of them.
Awesome stuff right there. Remember, MyNDTV is your local home for high school sports, and coming up tomorrow night, it's a 6A regional showdown as Center Grove hosts Warren Central. These teams met back in week 1 with at Warren, with the Trojans going on the road to win by 18. You can see the action live on MyNDTV tomorrow starting at 7 o'clock. That's going to be a good one. And it's a big night of high school football action across Central Indiana with the regional round of the state tournament as teams look to move one step closer to Lucas Oil Stadium. We'll have you covered. Scores, highlights on The Zone tomorrow night starting at 11:08. So here are some of the games that we'll be covering tomorrow on The Zone. Brownsburg against Decatur Central, Fishers against Westfield, Bishop Dwenger taking on Lebanon, Roncalli taking on Yorktown, and LaPel against Lutheran. Again, just some of the games that we'll be covering tomorrow night on The Zone, the regional round edition for high school football. It all gets going at 11:08. That's going to do it for us tonight on the Zone Extra. Thank you so much for watching. Tune in again next Thursday night for a new episode.